journey up to this point. So I'll share a little bit about myself, my background, and how I came to be a supporter of your group. I actually was born and raised in the district I'm running in East Sacramento, and I've been in and out of the district, life and marriage and college and things of that sort. But I was educated in East Sac, and I returned primarily to raise my children there. My son and my daughter attended school there as well, and so I reside there now. It's been interesting because I was pleasantly surprised to hear that Steve Cohen, the current city council member, was a supporter of your group, because I always have been. I grew up with grandparents who are Latinos. We have a family farm in Winters. We still have the farm. And my grandmother, at an early age, I remember seeing cannabis in a jar of 100% alcohol, and she would soak it and she would use it for her arthritis. So for me, it was never really a big deal. It's something that I've always kind of been around. It was nothing that was looked at as taboo, or I never saw it like grandparents inhaling it or anything that was strange. So it was very normal for me. So how I came about, though, to really learn about the dispensaries here in Sacramento, I have always worked in community involvement. I went to Catholic school in East Sacramento, and it's pretty much what you're taught. You do math, English, and you collect clothes for the homeless. And so from kindergarten all the way up, you're saving your money as well and doing camp food drives. And it's just something that I always did. So when I went to University of Pacific, I was studying political science and English. Thought I was going to go to law school, but my life took a different course. But while I was there, I established a nonprofit sorority, one of the first minority sororities there. And we did an outreach program for schools, and we worked on our very first school shooting, which was at Stockton. It was over 30 children shot. Some of you might remember, but it was a big travesty. So we started a program there. So I've always been an activist, and I've always been very geared towards youth groups. So I've had businesses here with my former husband, but I've always been involved in activism, and again, primarily with children. So how I came to learn about the cannabis clubs is through Tina Bergstrom. I currently serve as executive director for a nonprofit called Our Kids Community Breakfast Club. We were founded about 20 years ago. Started in Hayward. We've had programs in Oak Park, here in Sacramento, and then at the Haydenwood Community Center in Del Paso Heights. We serve about 150 children daily, especially in the summertime when school's not in session. So we provide math, art, literature programs, music. But we find that the feeding component is also a big part of it, because we work in very economically challenged neighborhoods. I met Tina just from working in the nonprofit and her community work that she did. Didn't even know she owned a dispensary. In fact, when she shared that with me, I was like, if I had a lineup of individuals and you had to point out the person that owned a dispensary, it would not have been Tina. She looked like a school teacher to me. So I was very surprised, but I was able to learn more. And along this path, I was able to meet more people, like Sherry Martinez, who's a big activist. And what I found is that with the nonprofit work that I do, and with the cannabis industry, there's a correlation, because it's very rare that I work with a student who doesn't have a parent who can go. It's very, very rare. And my goal for my organization is to be put out of business. And I want the needs of these children to be met. I don't want the parents incarcerated. I don't want them hungry. I want them to have education provided for them. So when we go into neighborhoods, it's temporary. We work out at community centers. We don't have fixtures that are permanent sites. We work with the city so that we can come in, establish some goals, work with the community, just be an extra hand when needed. And when our time is meant to leave, then we do. We go to other parts of the city that are in need of our help. So that's how I was able to learn about the cannabis dispensaries through Tina. She's been a big supporter of our nonprofit.